about those? Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous here. We're going to be talking about Harley's new pre-owned certified or pre-used certified pre-owned. It's a good way for Harley-Davidson to kind of get into the market and make some profits from the used market. The used market and Harley-Davidson, or the used market for motorcycles, it's pretty strong right now. I think it's been like that for many years, and I think by them getting into this certified pre-owned program that they're offering, it's a good step, just mainly for Harley-Davidson to monetize or get some money out of the used market, since the sales, the numbers, they haven't been too good for the last couple of years. If you look at 2018, you see a big decrease in sales. My history, my service writer history with dealerships, I could tell you as a service writer, I mean, there's really nothing special about these certified pre-owned programs or vehicles or whatever you call them. Every manufacturer has their own set of rules, their own specific requirements to meet up with their certified pre-owned program. It just depends on the manufacturer. Some of them have stricter, mileage requirements. Harley-Davidson, from what they've announced, they're looking at bikes under 25,000 miles and within 5 years of the year. So if we're looking at 2021, the bikes have to date back 5 years from 2021 for them to qualify for the certified pre-owned program. That means bikes that are 2016 and older won't qualify in 2021. So if you just move up that year, if Harley-Davidson decides to stick with this program, if you go to 2022, then all the bikes from 2017 are disqualified from the certified pre-owned program. And they also have the miles, so they also have to meet the second requirement, which is the 25,000 miles. They have to meet that. So if a bike falls in with that 5 years, but it has over 25,000 miles, then it's no longer qualified for that certified pre-owned. What are the benefits from a certified pre-owned Harley-Davidson? They haven't really announced much right now, but from my history working at the manufacturer dealership, you do get a couple extra perks. Sometimes they'll let you have a warranty on that. Sometimes it'll be from the manufacturer dealership. I don't know if Harley-Davidson's going to be offering that with these bikes, with the certified pre-owned. They might be able to, but so far the benefits: you get 1 year of additional warranty, and you also get to finance that with Harley-Davidson. And this is where Harley-Davidson gets to make some money. So now we go into the certified pre-owned program. Are these super strict, super thorough, super inspections on bikes? Do the dealerships or Harley-Davidson go above and beyond the requirements for these bikes or for the vehicles, or whatever? Are they super thorough? Are they really just overall a safety inspection worth the extra cost? Because there is going to be an extra cost for these bikes, because they're certified pre-owned and they're backed for 12 months additional warranty. There is going to be an extra cost to these bikes. It is what it is. It is what it is. They're going to be more, a little bit more, but that just depends on yourself if that's worth the extra cost getting a certified pre-owned. But anyways, is there anything special about the safety inspection, about the 33 or the 35, whatever Harley-Davidson's going to be announcing the point inspection? And honestly, it's pretty much the same thing across all the bikes. It doesn't really matter. They're all gonna get the same inspection from the manufacturer dealership. I used to make these work orders. For trade-ins, for dealer buys, for auction buys. They're all the same. It's just that now, if the bike falls in within these certain categories or requirements from Harley-Davidson, if they're under 25,000 miles, or they're 5 years or newer, now they'll qualify for the certified pre-owned, which is the extra 12 months. And there's nothing really special about them. Like I mentioned in my other videos, there's a budget. Every dealership has their own budget for safety inspections, requirements, and they're all pretty much the same. It's just It's just the, the mechanic takes a look at them, checks the tires, safety, brakes, fluids, it's just everything. Test rides them for about 8 miles, brings it back, and then he passes the bike, or he fails it. So then you're probably asking yourself, what happens if the bike fails the inspection and it meets the 25,000 mile requirement and it meets the 5 years or newer requirement? If it fails it doesn't mean that it's not a certified pre-owned, because if it fails the safety inspection, then the bike's not going to get sold to the public. It has to pass the safety inspection, and it has to pass the safety inspection, period. So then the dealership, like I mentioned, they have the budget. If it still falls in under that budget, for depending on the dealership, then it's gonna pass regardless, whatever it is, depending if it's the tires, brakes, fluids, the forks, something fails, it's a leak or something. If it falls in within the budget of the repair, it's gonna get fixed. And once it gets fixed, and if it's still under 25,000, and if it's still newer, 5 years within the program, then it's going to be a certified pre-owned Harley-Davidson. And that's pretty much it. There really isn't anything special. It's just that Harley-Davidson's going to be able to monetize the used market. And with Eagle Mark Savings, they're going to be able to monetize, get into the market of the used. They're going to be able to get into the used market, benefit from that, and overall it's a win. It's a win-win, I guess you could say. Riders are going to have the option to go with Harley-Davidson. Now, the overall, I don't know the overall numbers, but typically, loans are a little bit higher on used vehicles, and that's just mainly because, they're used. They might have some wear and tear that people are unaware of. Maybe, it's just, there's a number of different things that could go wrong. And if somebody's, ends up with a lemon, or ends up with a major malfunction on the vehicle, there's a less likelihood of that person finishing out his payments. So typically interests are a little bit higher, but I don't know if Harley-Davidson's going to be, with that certified pre-owned program. I don't know if they're going to be offering good interest rates. I myself had to go through a credit union to refinance my lowrider and to save myself 4% off my loan. I do like what Harley-Davidson is doing. A lot of automobile manufacturers, they've been doing this for many years. They have their own certified programs. They all have their own requirements, and it's pretty much all the same, a specific amount of years and a specific amount of mileage. And typically, like I mentioned, these are not major intervals or service intervals that are required. They're right before it. So it's a good situation. It's a good place to kind of be in. The bikes are fairly new, and you'll have that peace of mind that they're going to be backed by Harley-Davidson for 12 months. You're not going to have a major concern when it comes to buying a used bike from the dealership. You're going to have that extra peace of mind. But with that, being said, you are going to be paying a little bit extra. Let me just know in the comments if you guys like this new move from Harley-Davidson. I like it mainly just because Harley gets to kind of get into that used market where they're struggling with the new bikes. There's a lot to be said when it comes to Harley-Davidson. There's their sales performance hasn't been too good over the last couple of years. They're down by a lot compared to 2017, 2018. Just the last couple of years, their new lineup, their new bikes. I mean, you could say a lot. The Livewire, the FXDR. I'm not gonna get into it. Overall, their performance hasn't been good, and with this recent news, certified pre-owned, this is a way for Harley-Davidson to kind of make up for the loss in sales. Like I said, they'd be able to finance, get some revenue, some profit off the interest rate on these loans, and the consumer, they get to have peace of mind. But 25,000 miles on a bike, on a Harley-Davidson, that's not high miles at all. Let's just keep the video positive and leave it there. If you guys want to share your thoughts or your opinions down in the comments, you can. You guys can ask me anything when it comes to used vehicles in the service department. I could answer anything. You guys could leave your comments down below, ask me questions or whatever. I typically respond to just about every comment, and I read all the comments. Thanks for watching the video. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.